Obviously, no matter where we go, DPLUS are going to be favored, but it is BME who get to pick the first map. Now, they're going to take us to Lair. Following that, it's Clubhouse, and then finally, an Attacker's Paradise on Bank. This is spicy. I love all three of these maps.
I love them as well, but you have to go, these are pretty difficult maps to play, especially if you're lesser experienced. So it does kind of just say DPLUS was favored before the map veto, and looking at the map veto, they're probably even more favored, right? Lair, yes, still a little bit new, but still so many layers to pick apart. Clubhouse, all about your fundamentals and, strategic depth and like how many layers and stress that you can have. And then Bank, that just is a lot to deal with both attack and defense. So honestly, this is going to be DPLUS all the way for me.
Yeah, of course. I think it'd be a miracle to see BME come away with a win out of this game. That would be, without a doubt, the biggest upset that we have seen in APAC so far, maybe even in the world. Of course, I don't want to understate the fact that BME are up out of nowhere from the Challenger Series. None of these players have ever made it to the Tier 1 of Siege before, and they are going up against a top 12 team in the world in DPLUS Kia. So this is a huge opportunity for some underdogs to make their mark on the APL. To kick things off, we're going to their own map pick. Can You Be My Enemy versus DPLUS Kia here, kicking things off on Lair.
So we want to see BME kind of go for these out of the usual approaches that can obviously start in the operator bans. Now, to their benefit, they are starting on the defensive side, and I think that's going to be a lot less daunting if you're up against a really strong opponent like in DPLUS Kia. You can kind of, have your prep work, follow the paper, not have to think about countering and making all these sudden adjustments on the operator phase, because that's the job of the attackers, right? Defenders, you do your stuff. And they have banned some pretty good operators here, right? Really talking about the execute, we're going about the Ying, the Glass, taking some of that lethality away from DPLUS Kia. It is really opening up the other portion, which is going to be shields. That's been the conversation for the last, James, year and a half, 2 years almost at this point, where either you ban the shields and you get the utility thrown in your face, or vice versa. Also leaves open operators like the Capital, which still has a ton of utility for clearing out players. So, curious to see. But Be My Enemy, they're starting off very strong themselves here, but they clash off the rip, the Shanka for plant denial, traps in the thin rear. This is a very good start from the eye test, for my mind here, from Be My Enemy.
Yeah, very much. I mean, they've brought so much utility. They're looking to play some smart Siege here. And to be honest, Pingo, I'd love to hear your take on this. I feel like DPLUS is maybe giving them a little bit of grace by starting on the attacking side. Of course, it being BME's map pick, then DPLUS Kia get to choose the starting side. They're the ones who have chosen to start attack. Now, obviously, in Siege at the moment, there are some maps that are more attacker-sided. Lair doesn't make that list, not in the top 3 at least. It's really Bank and Border that take the cake on that. But yeah, for DPLUS to say, no, we are confident in our attacks, obviously that's a great confidence statement from them, but it does give a little bit of leeway to BME to build up some confidence on the defense.
Yeah, so BME have played Lair 3 times at least in their Challenger League Series runs, so maybe this is one of DPLUS saying, hey, we scouted them, we know what they're going to be doing on defense, we start on the attack inside, we do our counter prep, and we can hit the ground running, because that's often the thing. If you choose to start on the attack on a non-attacker favorite map, it's all about the countering, because you're expecting your opponent to do something specific. And also, if you have a cheeky defensive strat of your own, you can then not show your enemy that, right? And then you can use it yourself later on. Maybe playing verticality or playing solos or roaming, whatever the case might be. But right now, it's DPLUS attacking from the vert. Buck downstairs, gonna wreak havoc from beneath. Then you have Blackbeard upstairs, currently on the roof actually, who can then walk in the building and work the layers together. But before anything happens, DPLUS really tripling down on the drone work, making sure that the roamer of Buck downstairs can stay safe.
I couldn't help but notice Koromomo from BME also has a vertical angle looking down onto where that Buck was playing. Really nice little move. Also love this DMR on the Hibana, making quick work of those keeper barriers from the Azami. So very split from DPLUS, but I'm liking a lot of what I'm seeing from both teams so far.
And you can see Mitty respecting that pressure and the verticality, right? Constantly having to check the angle, make sure, hey, he's not holding me, I'm fine, I'm safe. But look at DPLUS though, applying pressure in so many locations. Downstairs, on ops room, now in the back portion as well. There's Falls and that Blackbeard leading the way forward. And the big thing to me is BME have the Clash Asami holding the front portion where there's not really a push coming from. It's just Nears holding them with that DMR. So BME might be on for a surprise in the backstab.
Yeah, it's a big pivot here from DPLUS Kia. They look to try and make their way inside. However, Koromono, he suddenly gets off the Clash's shield, finds a kill, and retakes control of Ops. Now, DPLUS, they themselves have taken control of server in the associated hallways, but BME have fortified the bomb site. They've reinforced them off of server, and they've pulled back. However, that pick might create an opening gap here for DPLUS Kia as they start to make their way inside, though. BME are ready for it. JV63 is on the ground. And DPLUS need to convert this kill. The C4 comes over the top, shot out of midair, and Levy finds his big kill. It's all up to the final player, and I mean, they won't stand a chance, will they? Not against a very, very keen DPLUS Kia. It looked pretty tight there for a brief moment, but a great start from this Brazilian roster to kick things off in style.
Honestly, not a bad start for BME at all, right? They read the play quite well. Essentially, in the beginning, they're just kind of fanning out and putting out their feelers, right? As we said, holding the vert, peeking ops room with the clash, etc. Once they felt that backside pressure being like, oh, 2, 3, oh, there's 4 people, they just send the Asami and the clash 2v1ing against the player in ops room, that Hibana, and they get the opening pick and they get that 5v4 for a brief second. But then DPLUS Kia, they strike back on the rocket stairs, on display window, and they get kill after kill. They injure the Tashanka incredibly early, denying all that potential plant denial, and that just meant they could keep pushing and keep taking that map space. So honestly, a pretty good showing for both teams. It did feel like the Clash played maybe too big of a role for BME, being that wherever Clash is, we can find success. Everywhere else is extremely vulnerable because they all lost their individual gunfights. But that's that top floor done. It can be a bit tricky to navigate all those different angles, but I think that's kind of the story of Lair. Now they're in the basement, and this bomb site plays kind of similar. If DPLUS wants to just go for a horizontal basement attack, and they go garage, they go locker door, they attack all that bottom portion, there's like 7 angles to watch and worry about in various crossfires as both an attacker and a defender. So it can be a lot for BME to keep track of exactly what is happening, and that's why I love this double shield play from DPLUS. First it was Blackbeard who has the grenades, now it's Monty who needs to extend that shield and go for a plant into map control for free. But Echo's being brought out as a counterplay, so both teams again, honestly countering each other quite well. Their Challenge League series runs, so maybe this one
Wow, aggressive peek there from Koromono with the shotgun through the drone hole. That's actually a very cheeky angle I personally have not seen before. Already a bit of map control taken here for DPLUS, and great work with the Flores to clear out these Vulcan canisters on site. A late round is going to get much easier because of that early pressure alleviated.
Upstairs, current on the roof actually, who can then walk in the building and work the layers together. But before anything happens, DPLUS really tripling down the drone work, making sure that the roamer block downstairs can stay safe.
I couldn't help but notice Koromono from BME also has a vertical down onto really nice little move. Should surely die. Muzi goes for the peak, however, Bokeh managed to find one first. Takes down Muzi on the Deimos. A lot of damage done. Great support from Yoshiko with those Yokai drones from the Echo. Finally, Nears will take Bokeh down. And with that, a little bit of pressure alleviated. However, there's no question the Warden did so much damage in that position before finally being taken down.
Downstairs, on option, down the back portion as well. There's also that Blackbeard leading the way forward. And the big thing to me is BME have the Clash Asami holding the front portion where there's not really a push coming from. It's just holding them with that DMR. So BME might be on for a surprise in the backstab.
Yeah, it's a big pivot here from DPLUS Kia. They look to try and make their way inside. However, Koromono, he suddenly gets off the Clash's shield, finds a kill, retakes control of Ops. Nice cover on the jump. The Volt managed to get spotted. Yeah, here comes the... Oh no, the Yokai needs to deny the plant, but it doesn't. Levy upstairs as well, managed to cover for one. Nears as well. Oh, it was looking so good for Be My Enemy, but then Yoshiko missing that crucial plant denial, and the rest of DPLUS bringing into action means that despite this being a good showing from the Japanese 2 rounds in a row, they have fumbled over the finish line. It's all up to the final player, and I mean, they won't stand a chance, will they? Not against a very, very keen DPLUS Kia. It looked pretty tight there for a brief moment, but a great start from this Brazilian roster to kick things off in style.
Honestly, not a bad stuff for BME at all, right? They read the play quite well. Essentially, in the beginning, they're just kind of fanning out and putting out their feelers, right? As
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
so,
bombs as they can.
really interesting thing right there, honestly, is that DPLUS, they're winning these things on very small things, right? Normally, when you go up against an Echo or Shanghai, etc., you'll go in that door, plant left-hand side, and you just kind of get denied. But Falls just tossed the smoke in that door, went right-hand side, and then planted there instead. So the Yokai just kind of guessing where the plant is going down, it missed because of it. It's not BME missing the Yokai drone being like, oh, I can't aim. It's literally Falls just planting in an off angle. And because of that, the Echo has to guess where that player is in the smoke. So honestly, BME, yes, they're down 0-2, but they're losing on tiny margins.
5 seconds left before insertion.
It's a good sign. Now, I did manage to get to watch a little bit of the Challenger Series that these guys competed in. And I'll be honest, coming into that final match, the qualification game for BME, they came up against Vite, which is a team that has played in the Japanese region for many years and had a lot of more familiar players. And Vite had already knocked BME down to the lower bracket 2-0 quite dominantly. It was on this map that BME started their comeback. They managed to win Lair in overtime and then continue throughout the rest of that series to earn their spot here in the APL for Kickoff. So we've underestimated them before. We shouldn't do so again. Now DPLUS, they are being pushed hard, but 2 rounds is still 2 rounds.
And they're going to be happy with that. I don't think they're going to worry too much about the details just yet, but these gunfights can change everything. DPLUS, they need all their attackers alive. We've seen how they've done quote-unquote split theory all the rounds so far. Always having a backstabber somewhere and a main push on the opposite direction, then working together to meet in the middle. You've got a Dokkaebi on Mitzi here. Often that's going to be your backstabber. It's Levy who gets that first kill to JV. This Castle move from action, not the most important operator into the util, but has a great gun with that damage buff that happened recently. Meanwhile, Koromono on that stairs, gonna lock things down on green.
Oh, hello, Blackbeard. Goodbye to Falls. Big play here from the Azami on the staircase. About to get swung from the player down below. It's Levy. Finally clears out that meddlesome little Azami. And restabilizes into a 3v3. A lot of early pressure. But now it really comes down to that late round coordination. All 3 defenders for BME are upstairs, away from the bomb site. They have verticality to look for a plant denial later, but they don't have a lot of util to work with here, Pengu. There's no Solus, there's no smokes, or any way to kind of delay this push. They're going to have to deny the plant with their guns, or perhaps, if possible, the C4.
It's gonna be a fight to the death though, because DPLUS have no way to plant either. No shield, no smoke, no sense. Well, they gotta go upstairs and take those fights. There's one for Levy, off for a triple.
Oh, and Midi comes in from behind as well. Another round where it looks so close for BME until it simply doesn't. Great stabilization at the end of the 3v3 for DPLUS Kia. Was it Levy with 3 or 4 kills in that round as well?
4 kills.
Massive plays from him. That's 3 rounds deep already for DPLUS. They're not slowing down anytime soon.
I mean, again, strategically, DPLUS aren't really winning the round. In the very first one, I would argue that they did, right? Second round on basement, they actually lose almost 2 people to Warden on the staircase because the Air Drone denied Falls' Monty. That is BME winning that round strategically, but still losing the round in actuality because, you know, DPLUS get the plant down in the smoke grenade. The round that we just witnessed, same story. DPLUS, they lost the shield player, they couldn't clear green stairs, they lost 2 people to a sole player of Asami, and then they can't go for a plant. But Levy gets 4 headshots, so they win the round again. So it feels like DPLUS, they go into the round with a very clear strategy, but more often than not so far, they've actually been stopped before they can be victorious in that singular instance of play. Then saying, guys, we're better players. Let's just walk down the hallways and go for the gunfights and force those 50-50s. And maybe this is the thing that BME are going to be a bit surprised by, is how quickly DPLUS can just flip that switch and go, you know, DPLUS are being a little bit more passive, a little bit more respectful, and then saying, screw you. I mean, look at Levy, he's 9-0. When he wants to take a gunfight, he's gonna win the gunfight every single time. Nobody can stop this guy. And if that's gonna be the story for this game of Lair, I think it's gonna continue on that exact same trajectory where DPLUS will just rely on Levy or individual players when things don't go well.
I guess that's one thing that separates okay teams from really good teams. Is you might have some okay teams that can get by because they have really good fraggers, so even when the plan doesn't go right, they can kind of redeem the round out of nowhere. And you'll have the opposite. People like me in ranked, where I'm not going to win a gunfight, but I have a few smart plays, so I might be able to win a round because you bring the right piece of utility. And to be a proper good team in Tier 1, you can't just have one of those. And at the moment from BME, we're kind of just seeing the second one. Like, to be honest, like, they're playing pretty smart Siege right here, Pengu. They're just losing these 3v3s because a gunfight here and a gunfight there, and the round is over.
That's it. I mean, they literally have 3 donuts right now on the scoreboard, right? They only have 2 players who are actually having kills on the board. That's gonna make a ton of difference here on a map like Lair, because you're not fighting in 1 or 2 areas of the map, meaning just 1 or 2 defenders can stop the enemy. You're fighting often in 3 or 4 areas of the map, meaning right now, I'm a DPLUS player, right? I'm taking the scoreboard. Okay, where is Juzico playing? He's 0-3. Let's take that gunfight, right? Like, you always know that there's gonna be that weakness in that gunfight. Obviously, for this one, it's going to be a bit more util-oriented. We got the Demos tracker that can go downstairs. The Cabins of Fire and Smoke from Falls. Got the Blackbeard entry now from Levy. They're going to want to take Ops Room. They're going to walk down those hallways. They're going to want to pick apart this site. I expect this to be 5 people actually taking the same area for once without having that backstab because it's too risky. But somebody stopped Levy. It's going to be JV. 63, but then he overswings. A little bit too eager for a second and gets injured. Classic.
It looks like they're going to try and make a play on the back of it. Yeah, indeed. Look at the way DPLUS Kia are flocking. Like moss to a flame, looking to try and pounce on the chance. It was given to them by that injure onto JV63. Oh, he's back up again, and still DPLUS are playing from 1 player behind. BME just need to restabilize. That's a great smoke. Just prevent the rush. Make DPLUS Kia think, okay, we have to slow down, we have to reposition. I also noticed Yoshiko's gone downstairs.
I'm actually not against that. There's not that many strong spots upstairs any longer, and you're going to be stacked quite close together. So instead goes for a backstab flank below, giving you a different avenue of attack here on the defensive side. Meanwhile, we flip the attack for DPLUS, back on the front portion, fire in the breach, smoking quad as well. This is the last toxic bait from defenders, leaving just the Echo alive. But now look at this, they're winning the gunfights. Another one goes down for DPLUS Kia.
Great fire though from the Capitao. It forces Duckov back. Oh no, a team kill as well from Bokeh on the Duckov, and with Niers finding not 1 but 2 kills, I think the round is surely over. The Echo has to come in to deny the plant, but the first one gets shot. I'm not sure where his other 2 are. Nice shot from Midi, but Niers finds his 3rd, and there is no clutch potential there from BME. Another round that they get so close, but they cannot take home.
Another round where strategically BME they play solid Siege, right? Another round where they actually get the advantage, the opening kill, and they don't surrender map control all those kills shortly after. Yes, JV got a kill, then got injured, but they stabilized, they slowed down the round, they hit that hard reset button. But then we see DPLUS. They storm through the bomb site. And honestly, I'm not sure if that team kill really ended up making a huge difference, because the person that got team killed was getting shot from 2 different attackers at the same time. So I wouldn't blame that as being like, oh no, they messed up, that's why they lost the round. It just that once again, in some very simple Siege terms, the gun skill difference. DPLUS, whenever they can't go for that default plan attack that they desire, they will walk in together 3-2-1 and just pick up every single kill. 4-0 now, and there's a very clear sign, I guess, from the scoreboard perspective of why DPLUS wanted the attack inside.
Yeah.
It's been pretty easy going.
It has. They've really been abusing all of these shields. A lot of Blackbeard, although the Blackbeard has died both times. It's been played pretty early on. Now the Blitz Blitz is picked off of, and the Blackbeard is brought once again. Now we're attacking the basement for the 2nd time. Remember the first attack onto this basement from DPLUS? It was actually very good from BME. The Warden delayed a lot of time on the stairs, found a kill. The Monty was very slow, and DPLUS kind of erupted at the end of the round to redeem what looked to be unwinnable at first.
Always been a solid Snake. The more regions that we've seen play, more and more regions and players swear that he is the operator to play right now. Easy, oh, he's dead. I was gonna say, he's roamed now, a little bit of map control, good bit of intel, but no longer, no more. Died to the Ella, I believe, upstairs, so... Actually, no, it was downstairs, never mind. So a bit of a shame of an early death, and then falls his turn, sees a bunch of damage to the Thorn Trap. There was Razor
That's
Bloom.
so much damage. Half his HP, and he sprinted as soon as he detonated it. That's impressive from the Thorn. Levy's
Those
gone
angles.
10-1, by the way.
Only stopped once in Blackbeard, and then he said, you know what, get me off the field, man. Get me just a long-range gun. Let me take those fives. JV goes down as well to Mitty. So again, another pressure on for DPLUS.
Oh, another one for Levy. He makes it 11 before he finally goes down. It's up to just Dukov in a 1v3. The DPLUS to go 5-0 on their attacking side. Falls, putting that pressure right on his face. It doesn't have any more traps, doesn't have any more utility. The nades coming his way means that he is doomed to die. A great finish from Muzi and a great 5 rounds straight from DPLUS. Kia taking no prisoners against the new kids on the block of Be My Enemy.
Oh, it's gonna feel frustrating. I don't know what the, there's the thing about PME. They're a new team. We don't know that much about them. Honestly, looking at the player cams, it does not that, they've lost too much hope right now. It feels like the same expressions as we've seen the entire game thus far. But honestly, for this BO3, just stay composed, right? You're playing your round, you're playing your strat, you're playing your game, and honestly, if you look into the deep details here, again, BME are not losing in these like really big ways, and they have no fighting chance, whatever. There's been some close rounds. Again, 1 or 2 gunfights on that previous one goes differently, it's a different outcome. And this is the thing that frustrates a lot of people about Siege, right? Is that we always talk about strategy and depth and whatnot. It is still an FPS game. You can hit that one-shot headshot, you win the gunfight, and you took down maybe a Smoke or Echo or maybe a Shield player. And how that round was going to play out in the 5v5 without that headshot, versus how it plays out because you get that kill somewhere, can change the entire landscape of a round. So again, if Be My Enemy can just reflect upon themselves here and go, guys, keep playing our Siege. Yes, we're going 0-5, but actually, if you look deep into the round details, we're actually not losing that badly. Because again, I think they're so close to a round victory here, and it's a BO3. So don't get knocked out mentally because of one bad map.
Yeah, honestly, it could almost as easily be 5-0 in the other direction here. I feel like BME have played really well, but like you say, crucial mistakes here and there mean everything. And look, just to kind of piggyback off that point you were making, Siege is, of course, an FPS. It's an FPS with a lot of utility, tactics, and strategy, but it is an FPS. But it's not just you need to be able to have good mechanics and flick people. It's about the team chemistry. It's about playing around each other. And that is one aspect where DPLUS are running circles around BME. Obviously, Levy's going 11-2. There've been a lot of really good entries from Nears and Midi. But whenever DPLUS are making a play, they're doing it together. Whenever they see a gap, they're going together. And that chemistry, that unity amongst the team is what elevates them to being a world-class level team.
It's also what the shields bring you, right? Like, you know how back in the day when you played Lion, it gives you like a 3-2-1 countdown to play together, because it's like the Lion scanner literally counts down. Shields kind of force you to play around your teammates, because you have a shield walking in who doesn't technically have an active gun, so he needs a gun behind him. Now you're linking up 2, maybe 3 attackers in the same portion of the map to take that fight together. It could mean a shield balancer on the menu later on for Clubhouse, who knows? The issue is Clubhouse plays very, dissimilar, very different to Lair. So for Be My Enemy right now, I think the biggest obstacle is how do you want to try and target ban and counter DPLUS? Because the issues of this map won't be the issues on the next map, most likely. But for this, it's going to be that top floor potion clear again. Ops room, get inside a bathroom for the backstab pressure. A team kill and an injury kill for Mitty. Great shot, not so great shot. And like you said, Whitebeard was played twice before, died early. Whitebeard played 3 times now, dies early again.
I think Levy's going to be pretty upset about that. His stats, I think he's just gone from a 200 EPS to in the 100s again. Poor guy. Good of the team kill. But at least for BME, they found a kill back again with Nears going down. So they are in the numbers advantage here. DPLUS, though, we know it doesn't take much for them to bring it back again. And Muzi's made his way to the top of the mezzanine, which means he's in a perfect position to contest these players at the end of the hallway. I believe that's JV63. Just wait, and DPLUS will be able to make their move.
DPLUS needs just one crucial kill. That could be the one. He falls back and stays alive, actually. Very important. Can play inside a server. 15 seconds now. Mid-C, DPLUS, they're on for the push. They have to go right now.
Yeah, this is a good angle, though, from Muzi. Takes down JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and Falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka is the last one standing. Falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy.
And you see their player cams. So important for these players. And honestly, if you look into the deep details here, again, BME are not losing in these like really big ways. There are no fighting chance, whatever. It's close round. One or two gunfights. Because it's like the line scanner literally counts down. Shield's kind of forced to play around their teammates because you have a shield walking in who doesn't technically have an active gun, so he has a gun behind him. Now you're linking up 2, maybe 3 attackers in the same portion of the map to take that fight together. So that concludes the first half. And honestly, yes, it looks like it's gonna be a 5-1 scoreline here for DPLUS, which on paper, not really too surprising. The better team, top dogs, you know, first place last stage, last year. But if you look at how each individual round was played, this could have easily been a 3-3, or even dare I say a 4-2 in favor of BME. Now, side swap happens, and this is honestly where the real test for me occurs, James. Can BME look as competent and as potential here on the attacking side? Because potential and defense is one thing. You prep your strats, you preach them, you see what happens. On the attack, it's not about what you want to do necessarily off the rip. It's about what the enemy is doing and what you can do against it, and that to most teams is much more difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so much less preparation based and much more reactionary. You have to see, okay, what is this setup? Are we going to change any operators? Are we going to change where we're going to push? Are we going to try and hard counter what we see set up, or are we going to try and play our own game? What about during the round if they're going for a fight, you know, if they're changing their setup as the top teams want to do mid-round, repositioning, changing their setup, stripping away different layers of defense. There's so much to work through here for BME. And having a look at that defensive setup, Kangu, we've got the Castle making an appearance. Between Castle and Azami, well, DPLUS can create quite a fortress, and also a very unusual way of setting up Ops Room. A line of sight here, and a castle barricade, but it's just feet holes next to the one reinforcement. Lost onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy.
Something a little bit one gear to the scenario. BME goes, how do we so important for these players? Are they baiting us? Like, do they want us to clear it? Do they want us not to clear it? Like, what's the train of thought right now? Usually, if you're an attacker and you see a castle barricade, I feel like the line of thinking should be, if they want to put a castle barricade here that, technically speaking, you know, so valuable, we should want to deal with it and clear it. Looking at DPLUS and how passive they're playing close to the bomb side and not playing Ops Room, and also castling it off, they probably just want to close off that as a backstab potential, saying if that castle barricade does not get broken, we know everything over there is going to be clear. And if you look at the attack inside right now, only one thing can really clear these castle barricades. It's going to be the floors. So very limited self-destruction on the attack inside, with a very high reliance on utilizing glass with the smoke units of Twitch and the Capital. That means
Angle though from Muzi takes out JV63.
I'm not sure what
Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Muzi takes though from Muzi takes out JV63. This is a good angle. This is a good angle though from Muzi takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy.
So they have 3 smokes in pocket, which are throwables, and 2 from the Capital, so plenty of smoke shrouding to enable the glass.
Yeah, this is a good.
And the only real counterplay is going to be those 2
Be My Enemy.
pocket of Mitzi and Muzi.
Yeah, this is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way. DPLUS this is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills with a 2k first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Flawless round. This is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. 6-1. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy.
Strategically,
This is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. This is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. This is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy.
Looks like DPLUS
This is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63.
A lot of these players heading up.
Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. This is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2.
Second player following.
It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. And now JV's on the good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. This is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy.
If Muzi had been shut down.
This is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and Falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing. Falls, low HP, is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. This is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and Falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing. Falls, low HP, is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy.
Waiting though, but now Muzi's
got a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Bit of damage there. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and Falls in a 2v2.
Be My Enemy. Both
it's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing.
Can you Be My Enemy stay alive?
Is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. This is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and Falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing. Falls, low HP, is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. This is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and Falls in a 2v2.
On the attack,
it's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing. Falls, low HP, is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. This is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and Falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing. Falls, low HP, is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. This is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and Falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing. Falls, low HP, is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy.
Thankfully,
this is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and Falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing. Falls, low HP, is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. This is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and Falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing. Falls, low HP, is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy.
Thankfully,
this is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and Falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing. Falls, low HP, is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. This is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and Falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing. Falls, low HP, is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. This is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and Falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni Gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing. Falls, low HP, is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. This is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Moosey's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Surely is the end of the round, and the end of the game for DPLUS Kia. Be My Enemy only get 2 rounds well. It's just him and falls as the 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Yeah, this is a good angle though from Moosey, takes down JV63. Moosey's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Yeah, this is a good angle though from Moosey, takes down JV63. Moosey's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Yeah, this is a good angle though from Moosey, takes down JV63. Moosey's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Yeah, this is a good angle though from Moosey, takes down JV63. Moosey's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Yeah, this is a good angle though from Moosey, takes down JV63. Moosey's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Yeah, this is a good angle though from Moosey, takes down JV63. Moosey's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Yeah, this is a good angle though from Moosey, takes down JV63. Moosey's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Yeah, this is a good angle though from Moosey, takes down JV63. Moosey's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Yeah, this is a good angle though from Moosey, takes down JV63. Moosey's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Yeah, this is a good angle though from Moosey, takes down JV63. Moosey's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Yeah, this is a good angle though from Moosey, takes down JV63. Moosey's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Yeah, this is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Yeah, this is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Yeah, this is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Yeah, this is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Yeah, this is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Yeah, this is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Yeah, this is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63.
It just happened to be one of those games.
Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2.
Domination.
It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. This is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Yeah, this is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Yeah, this is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy.
Some of these details
have a bit of confidence in their from Muzi, takes out JV63.
Don't lose.
Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant, and Boka can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. Yeah, this is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Boka's the last one standing, falls. Low HP is forced onto the plant,
plant, and Bokic can quickly swoop in,
we've
find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy.
Where they were really struggling.
This is a good angle though from Muzi, takes down JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and Fall in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Bokic is the last one standing. Falls, low HP, is forced onto the plant, and Bokic can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy. This is a good angle though from Muzi, takes down JV63
in the region.
Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and Falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Bokic is the last one standing. Falls, low HP, is forced onto the plant, and Bokic can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy.
The hero, the playmaker.
This is a good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that kill as well. It's just him and Falls in a 2v2. It's going to be challenging with the Aruni gate in the way, but Bokic is the last one standing. Falls, low HP, is forced onto the plant, and Bokic can quickly swoop in, find the final 2 kills, and get the first round on the board for Be My Enemy.
And he gets the second one later.
Good angle though from Muzi, takes out JV63. Muzi's now getting flanked, but he finds that
off on the wrong side of the round. David would be doing this in about half the rounds they played on Lair, and he was the sole reason why it was a one-sided affair.
Yeah, 3 entry kills, 14 kills overall in just 9 rounds, so only 4 deaths. An unbelievable performance from Levy, but of course it continues now. On Clubhouse, DPLUS Kia have decided to take us to this map, and really it's BME who are on the ropes. After losing their own map pick, they need to come back on a even tougher battlegrounds. Clubhouse, it is staple, it is classic, it is so typical Rainbow Six Siege, and it's a chance for DPLUS to show us what they are worth and fly into the upper bracket semi-finals in a 2-0 fashion. Let's see if BME can do anything more than they did on Lair here on Clubhouse.
So for DPLUS, if they were to win this, of course, we know from the bracket who they're going to play next. They're going to be up against CAG, so a much more formidable foe. The other aspect here is, I want to now do the eye test on DPLUS, because yes, they won one-sidedly on the scoreboard on Lair. We talked about that whole thing, how it played out. But DPLUS, they had a lot of plan A's on their attacking side. You know, they picked their operators with a very clear goal in mind. And the reason why Levy had to clutch up so much and why he had so many kills doing so is because plan A didn't work. They would lose a very important operator, they would not find the entry, or they would get locked out by a play from BME. I want to see DPLUS now actually have a plan A. This is most notable, of course, on the attacking side and starting defense, but still just keep in mind for later, I want to see them have plan A actually work out. Clubhouse is all about that you see what happens in the prep phase as an attacker and or defender, and then you set up your countermeasures. Clubhouse is all about the fundamentals, the depth, and the variety in how you can play the same bomb site with small changes. So that's the test here for me. Can DPLUS lock this one out in a clean fashion and not rely too much on individual heroics? And on the other side for BME, I want to see them play that same style because they're playing solid and sound Siege on Lair, but just a bit weak in the gunfights. If they want to make those gunfights stronger, as we said before, playing operators that can nerf the defenders, like demos like Dokubi, are excellent, and playing information operators in roam clear, like Solid Snake or Shields, is also excellent. And they got both of those things for this round, so this could be a good one. You have to assume they can go toe-to-toe with a lot of teams.
Good early round droning, I will say. It's pretty rare that you'll get a drone into sight so early and be able to call for late round. Unfortunately, it might not be super possible because DPLUS are already getting aggressive. It's Nears this time around to lead the way for the Brazilian roster. Great opening kill for him. Bit of damage outside. I think Yoshiko must have, I don't know if he was sprinting towards Strip or if he was actually entering, perhaps without a bunch of information. But it's allowed the Solus to run rampant. Now the Deimos will track Nears down, and I think that's probably going to be his cue to fall back to side. Indeed it is, but
yeah,
that's really probably, I mean, job done for him. Find 1 kill, fall back to side. 2 minutes to play. BME have a little bit more work to do to clear the rest of the map before they can properly set up and start thinking about and execute.
I mean, this is Defender's paradise. You get the 5 versus 4, you take away a very important operator in the Dokkaebi, and you can just literally just kind of AFK right now, right? Take your hand off the mouse and keyboard, stretch your legs for the next 30 or 40 seconds if you're DPLUS, because we know realistically nothing's gonna happen. And that's no critique here to BME, that is just how you play Clubhouse. When you're attacking, you gotta get all the hatches destroyed, get the flanks established, set up the bomb site, then you go for an execute. Obviously, Nears right now kind of testing his limits by reapproaching the aggression up here top floor on CCTV, getting Demo's track. We see Blitz, the silhouette behind him as well. Nears should be dead here, but can they get him done clean?
Oh, they certainly can't. Not when he's ready to turn on them like that. Another on the ground, but finally Nears is put to rest. So much damage has been done to fall all the way back to the bomb site and then go for a re-roam and find 2.5 kills. Unthinkable. Yeah. He has single-handedly already won this round.
I mean, okay, let's take it back. This is the dream scenario as a defender on Clubhouse. 4 people haven't even played the game yet, and you're practically guaranteed the round victory. Yep, there down goes the Blitz. That's going to be the phone trap with Mithy in support, leaving just a 1 health JV63 and Deimos. And of course, Solid Snake can give information, but to who? Who's going to act upon that intel, my friend? That's the problem. You're stuck on hatch, stuck on the staircase, and a great one-tap here from Falls takes down JV, who is low on health, leaving just one sole player stuck in Moto with Goyo Fire to unleash the war.
Yeah, and they're going to keep on swinging. They don't care that he hit one gnarly shot. They will continue looking for the kill. And DPLUS styling on BME in the opening round of Clubhouse. It's not looking too hot here for the Japanese. Let's be real, Penku. There aren't many ways back into it. And the problem is, the more that DPLUS play like this, the more that Nears is afforded the luxury of going for these solo roams, finding 3Ks. It's just going to make things even worse in the mental game for BME. There's no universe he should be able to make this happen. And the fact that it took that much effort and that much time to clear him, yeah, it's gutting for BME.
One of the big issues is, and this goes back to Lair obviously, when you feel as a player in the server that your opponent, for example, is never watching the flank, you're gonna start going for the flank because, I mean, it's free, right? You probably had players like Levy, like Near, skill guys, when they go for a room clear on the attacking side, they don't really cut off the rotations, they don't apply a ton of pressure, they kind of just walk in the door and they give you like a 50-50 gunfight. And when you're room clearing somebody with 5 attackers and strong operators, the last thing you want to do is make it a 50-50. You should make it as unfair as humanly possible for that sole roamer. Nears was like, well, they're not good at doing that. I'm gonna solo roam aggressively, not once, but twice. Because I can win that 50-50 more than I lose it. And that's how you get a 2-for-1 trade, essentially. And now we see Nears again, aggressive inside bottom garage, has a solar scanner, knows there are no drones, but there's a Monty who's literally walking past him. He is literally on for another freebie. If he plays this perfectly, he can one-tap the Monty when he walks deep into Tower Rafters, and again, insane value.
Do they know? No, they don't.
I think he thinks they know.
No, the Monty was just looking at the camera. Oh, now they know. Unfortunate. That would have been a free kill, but he should be able to get away with his life. I don't think there's much. Oh, JV is above the hatch, I think, in stock.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he was, but he dies!
Oh my god, what? How?
Be My Enemy played that so well, though. That was smart. They used the Lion, they had JV63 on the hatch, and yet he still dies to Nears.
Brutal. Absolute brutal round again. Things are looking good, and all of a sudden you just die. They still got the Monty, they can still make headway here and cast CCTV, but the thing I love about this attack, or sorry, the defense from DPLUS, but the attack from Nears, is how passive everyone else is playing by the bomb site mostly, with Nears just doing whatever he wants with freedom down beneath. A great nade tossed out, Lion scan as well. He's dropping the hacks beneath him, trying to catch him off guard, but again, Nears, he has the better read. Didn't fall backwards. He's actually going forward, taking the fight on stock.
Yeah, smart move from Dokov though. Like, he thought that throwing that nade would bait Nears into trying to fall back. Now he's about to get double swung.
As if he finds one!
Again, Be My Enemy played that really well. They had a player peek from the window at the same time as a player peeked from bottom garage, yet he still tears one away before falling. Levy's also found one on the bottom side with the FMG from the Denari. Now 3v2. It's not easy for Boca to get back into this, but he does. Unthinkable. He has single-handedly already won this round.
I mean, okay, I take it back. This is the dream scenario as a defender in Clubhouse.
2 for Boca now, and Be My Enemy just cannot get into these rounds because DPLUS are not letting them play a typical game of Siege. They're just playing aggressively and continuing to take the fight to the attack. So the round will close, and DPLUS find 2 rounds in a row.
That's the problem. It's crazy what Nearest is getting away with. I mean, it started off in bottom garage, and you said it so well. Both times, it's going to be BME playing it correctly. Having a 2v1, having a 3v1, but still getting the worst end of the deal. Like here, going 1-for-1 trade is obviously phenomenal, right? Nearest gets a kill, then you take him down. On paper, not a bad trade at all. But the fact that Nearest then, you know, gets to just live inside the server for so long and applying so much continuous pressure, Nearest is not going to take that loss and say, oh my god, I got outplayed, they played that so well. He's going to say, I was roaming for half the rounds, they had no idea where I was, I burned like 3 lion scans, I got my kills. Like, as a roamer, you do that, even if you die. That is significant value gain for the rest of your team because, mind you, when it came time for bombs that execute, they had spent half their frag grenades and half their lines, well, more than half their line scans on one damn player downstairs. So, and I think that's the important thing to notice as a roamer is, how can I make this round a better outcome for my team without just simply getting kills? Yeah. And it's just about burning tools, right? If you kill 5 drones and you burn 2 lion charges, you might not get a kill that round, but you've made the round significantly easier for everybody else, even if you were to die.
Definitely see it a lot in ranked, especially at the kind of lower level, the like solo queue type level. A lot of players underestimate the value of everything that isn't getting a kill, whether it's breaching a wall, whether it's making a call out, whether it's giving some information to your team, whether it's delaying time, whether it's burning util. And yeah, you're dead right. Like the top level players, they know that that matters in some ways more than getting kills. Like if you go 1-for-1 at the start of the round, like you spawn peek and then you die, and it's a 4v4 in 5 seconds, that's okay. It's not as good as if you wasted 2 minutes as a solo roamer and burnt a bunch of util, even if you don't get a kill and you die.
The question is often consistency. It's not can you do it 1 round in 10 or can you do it once in a while. The question is how consistently can Nearest be a problem for BME on the entry? How consistently can he stretch the time in his advantage and just burn utility? I like this mini play though from Yushiko. The sense wall that can get popped whenever he wants to cover the CCTV window. Of course, you can still get smoke banked kind of through that wall, but they won't know exactly what they're aiming for. And no operators can look through the sense projector either. No ward, no glass. It's not technically a smoke, it's a projector wall these days with the mini rework that happened some time back. We got the Monty going on in, can punch the mirror window if he wants to, and try and make an entry path here for Jim.
Oh, Nia's actually managed to survive and not get concussed by Dukov, who ends up falling, and a second one to follow. Oh yeah, everyone's dying. Everyone from Be My Enemy is looking to make a play, looking to jump in, make their way up the stairs, and one by one they will fall. It's just JV63 coming up the stairs. He finds one with that LMG. Looks for a second. He's about to get swung up nice, close and personal by Nias. And DPLUS Kia find a 3rd round of defense in a row. They continue to dominate, and BME are really struggling here on Clubhouse attack. No 2 ways about it.
I think the good news here for BME is that the things they're struggling with here on Clubhouse is very similar to that of Lair. Again, they got their strat they want to go for here on the attacking side. You know, they wanted to go for Jacuzzi, Gym, Master Bedroom clear, which again, not a bad idea at all. But the very small details is kind of where they have problems. The Monty walked in the Gym breach, or the Jacuzzi breach rather, and wanted to punch the mirror window. And while doing so, Monty got shut down to literally 1 point of health for like 1 bullet point of health. That means that Monty kind of dies trying to punch the mirror window. Then the Sophia gets pre-fire 1 tat on a pixel angle holding the swing, which is obviously very expected if you're Nears, right? Obviously the guy behind the Monty is going to hold the tiniest of angles, so you just going to take that pre-fire. they're kind of missing the pressure, right? Where is the capital fire? Obviously, where is going to be the verticality from bar? Where's the grenade from master bedroom window to kind of dislodge Nears from a safe position? You're just giving them these even and fair gunfights, which again, you are going to be a worse team, and you are obviously worse players, less experienced than anybody on DPLUS's side. They got years on you in Tier 1 play. You need to kind of make it unfair. Again, bring utility, bring the nades, bring the things that are like, what's Nears going to do about capital fire? He's just going to die or sprint through it and you shoot him. That's all he can do. So I want to see them just be a little bit more sharp on the teeny tiny details, because they're not making it fair to themselves on how some of these rounds are being played out now. When they bombs that execute, they had spent half their frag grenades and half their lines, well, more than half their line scans on one damn player downstairs. So, and I think that's the important thing to notice.
But I go on full ranked now. Like, you look at this lineup, and it's pretty much traps. It's things that just make things a little bit harder for BME to make entries. And when you're worried about taking gunfights, doing 100 different things, when you're playing shields, traps always make things even harder. Now, I'm wondering, what's the play with the Alibi here on Nears? Because recently, Alibi kind of got a new purpose. Oh, wait, they're not going to drain him. He's still under the kitchen window. They have no idea. Oh. Hibana's about to die.
Uh-oh.
How many seconds has she survived here? What do you think?
At least 5. Oh, maybe 10.
Oh, the Dokubi call could be everything.
Oh, the Dokubi call saves it.
I don't think they heard it.
They heard it. No, same. There was shotgun shooting below. They double droned it though.
Smart move. Nears is triple droned now. Midi looking for an aggressive play. He does inside a stock, find one, trying to get traded by Darkov on the blitz, but it doesn't work out. 5v4 for DPLUS Kia after that opening pick, and Nears has managed to get back to side.
Speaking of the Alibi, were you referencing the Solid Snake interaction Alibi?
Yes,
earlier,
I was trying to get to that, but look, not relevant here, but yes.
Yeah, not relevant sadly, but essentially Alibi's Prismas, when they're placed down and activated, when Solid Snake pops the scanner or walks around, they will trigger and look like a real player. So by playing Alibi up against the Solid Snake, you're kind of bringing a soft counter, which throws a big like, okay, why are there 8 people on my screen that I'm scanning when there's only 5 defenders? Well, Prismas, right?
Yep.
Obviously not brought up in this round, so you won't see it, but maybe they were expecting it. It's that or Nears just says, I don't care what I'm playing right now, I just want to run around with a secondary shotgun in my pocket, because Alibi does have that.
And that gun is actually really good, the MX4 Storm. Oh, Duckov! Mate, you have to run one way or the other or shoot it. You can't hesitate. Unfortunate there. The Thorn Trap getting a free kill for DPLUS Kia. However, Nears will go down, so no more Alibi here. JV trying to bait out any Thorn Traps, get them to detonate so he can make his way up slowly, but no luck. And Levy will find another kill from the Thorn Trap. Bloody hell. Give this guy another chance. Not Koromomo, I should say, finding the first. He's being spotted now. It's actually only a 1v2 with Midi on the ground, but he's going to get continually pinged and continually swung. It's a hard clutch attempt, and it won't get across the line. DPLUS continuing, and there's just no hesitation whatsoever.
No, I think they figured out that they can play this game a little bit more relaxed on the side of DPLUS, right? I mean, they have a pretty hard bracket. They got a pretty big game coming up next time where they play CAG, if and when they were to win this matchup. So the more they can kind of hide, if you want to call it that, will be better. Of course, it'll be a BME tactical timeout right now because they got to figure out, guys, what's happening and how do we get around the board here. Because things are looking a bit dire. Not the same look on Lair where you go, oh, it's one-sided, but actually, no, this is one-sided for this one.
Yeah, you're right. This is a very different story to what we saw on Lair. So how do you get back into it here for Be My Enemy? Just a few more chances on the attacking side. And the piece of advice that comes to mind is when you're getting run around, simplify, right? But how do you simplify on Clubhouse with these attacks?
Well, that's kind of been their problem, right? They've almost oversimplified, and it's kind of why they're in this position. They're not using the usual means of utility to get a kill. That's often how Clubhouse works, right? You play, let's say, an EMP to get the wall opened up, or Sophia from below, or Ass Breach, or Grenade. You'll use the same kind of tools like Capital Fire or Grenades to get player kills in those isolated roam positions. Think of CCTV Calgrafters, when you're playing against a gym extension inside a bathroom, you can use these things to get kills. Be My Enemy need to simplify the attacks maybe by sending more bodies on the same area of the map. So if they want to take CCTV roam clear right now, for example, they can send 5 people dealing with that roam clear. Don't worry about a guy backstepping Jacuzzi, playing office ads. Just send 5 people working together on lounge, garage, CCTV breach. And then secondly, because you have 5 people around you in the same area, use each other. If there's a guy top red stairs at garage calgraph, say, guys, I need a nade right now. Who has nades? And somebody goes, I have nades. Okay, you come with me. You're gonna nade this guy. I'm gonna hold the angle. Let's 2v1 him with utility. Like small things like that, and simply break the round down into very small problems, one step at a time.
Yeah.
Problem 1, probably if you're gonna be attacking the roam clear, is Nears. He's gonna be the first in action. So figure out how you wanna deal with him together.
A concern is trying to coordinate all of that when you're a newer team. It's going to sink time.
Yeah.
And near the end of the round, you're going to be dealing with mirror windows. You're going to deal with some really impressive tripwires from the Denari, and of course the Thorn Traps, which got 2 kills last round. Let alone the position set up by the Yazami, protected by the Wamai. So it becomes a very difficult task in the end round. Ooh, quick spot there onto Midi in cash. I think was he shooting Selmas off the wall, perhaps?
Might have, yeah. I think he did, yeah, because he is almost in pocket now with that last one being spent. It was that, they just used them all in the exterior and the interior. But no, they used can openers, so yeah, must have been the Selma. Now, they've done that first step, right? Except they haven't killed anybody, but they gotten map control for free. Everybody's alive, and they spent, you know, a grenade, some hard destruction. This is technically really good. Is this really good for, you know, let's say maybe DPLUS is a CAG? Maybe not, because the attackers might be running low on time. But this is great for BME versus DPLUS because they got map control with 5 bodies. Now what's the second step? You gotta start working those bombs at windows, right? Cut off the rotations and be on those angles. Then you can start working into connector with the Blackbeard. Start working the office hatch if you want to attack it. And say, guys, what are we attacking? It's gonna be office, it's gonna be jacuzzi. And you send 5 people to that one area. Don't spread out too thin.
Ooh, Denari been spotted.
Not the Thorn Trap.
Yeah, Thorn Trap does manage to dodge. Great grenade! It's exactly what you called for, Nick. And another kill as well, with Levy finished off on the floor. How do they deal with these Denari tripwires, though? There's a lot still to clear. It's important now to consolidate the advantage here for Be My Enemy. DPLUS will be looking for picks, and they have to make sure not to give them anything.
It's gonna be there around. It has to be. Like you said, don't give them anything right now. The Earth strikes back. That's the issue. That's gonna be Deimos removed downstairs, and know where a player is now playing from. Plan could honestly be possible here, but the issue is Blackbeard does not have the diffuser.
Another kill. This needs to be found by Yoshiko. He does finally take down Falls. Another player on the top of the main stairs, but Nears will go down. It's all up to Muzi, and they know exactly where he is. Another kill for Yoshiko on the Blackbeard. A big 3K on the round, and finally onto the scoreboard. BME.
It took a long time, but they finally got there, and it came a little bit off an individual play of Yoshiko, but he did the exact right thing. Use the utility, organize your teammates where you're going to be attacking from, and they actually also had a player on the window on the exterior as well. So him making that office play, a teammate was watching from master bedroom window into also rotate into office, and they're actually working together. Then they had Deimos downstairs in kitchen. He could Deimos track somebody through the floor if that grenade doesn't find the mirror kill, for example. So a lot of things working together to get that round success, but honestly, the biggest point of improvement for me was how they took CCTV. 5 people doing the hard breaching, doing the grenading, nobody overstepping, nobody swinging, nobody dying. Like, that's such good improvement when they were struggling with Nears' roam game so much previously. And they get to the bombs in a 5v5. That is what you want as an attacker. 5v5 or 5v4 advantage executes, and that is how you want to nice level of this map. 1-4. Could be looking for a second, and then all you need is a little bit of magic on defense, and then you have a series on your hands. And then secondly, once you have 5 people around you in the same area, use each other.
2-4 would not be the end of the world. In fact, it would be a bit of a dream. They went 1-5 on their defensive side of Lair. So if that's anything to go by, BME will be very happy if they can find the second one. We're going to be looking at Yoshiko a lot. He was very quiet in the first map. You actually highlighted him. He didn't find a kill for like 3 or 4 rounds. Now he's 6-4. He's on the Blackbeard again. It's a hard role to play well, but it's such a crucial one. If your team plays around it, you gain so much ground, flush out the positions of so many players.
So an Ash charging a soft wall, Ash charge on the mirror window. That kind of shrouds this portion of the map, at least, when Lears is playing from once again. Mind you, he's stuck in bathroom, right? If you put a player in the master bedroom window briefly and toss a good grenade,
wow,
that can literally kill him. That C4 was phenomenal. Almost killed Yoshiko on the Blackbeard. The gym window closed. Master bedroom window closed. This is the problem. They're just walking in one simple door and coin flip in the gunfight.
Oh, come on.
Too simple.
Yeah, you're right. It's such a sad way to see it go down for Yoshiko and not Koromomo. Now Koromomo himself has fallen to falls, and it's just Dukov and JV63. This is where they look to get desperate. I mean, how do you try and push for these final kills? You don't. That's the answer. Now, so far from any kind of actual attack onto the bomb site, BME find themselves in a 1v5, and it's peaking time for Nears. He'll go down, but a lot of options here for how DPLUS want to deal with Dukov's position. Of course, they could just sit back and chill, or they could try and get aggressive, which is exactly what they're going to do. A great angle from Levy, and it's effectively a flawless finish to a phenomenal half from DPLUS Kia. 5-1, and BME are getting flashbacks to what happened on Lair. We go to the halftime vibe check. Afterwards, we'll find out if BME can come back in the second. With these Denari tripwires, though, there's a lot still to clear. It's important now to consolidate the advantage here for Be My Enemy.
Yeah, 10 out of 10, let's wait. I've been going big on the beats out of state. Do research, check out the back of my place. I rep so heavy, attack when I take. Still, I'm on that for the long run. That name that you got, say the right one. Don't try me, I rap like a python. Had enough of the talk, let me hustling. Got my name up, came up off of nothing. Jersey gon' hang up like Jane, cause I'm chosen. Need my necklace and wrists is frozen. Getting bread out the game like I throwed it. It don't make me no bigger to show it. Fuck a stack, cause I'm here for the trophy. Made it law where they cannot appeal. Show them that the list ain't all the real. What you think it cost me out the deal? All I know is I came in from the door. Since a nigga touched down, all they want is more. Now I'm numb to the world, I ain't tryna feel. Just run it up till I hit. My money grown, project grown, feel at home. Got the juice, minute made. I'm calling game in his face. Soon as Slim hit a J, renegade. My people long, won't be long till we all sitting on center stage. Get right off what I do. I know they getting tight off how I move. I still ain't did a write-off on these juniors yet. I never even claimed that we was cool. Really, I was just playing it by the rules. Still moving like gang, got nothing to lose. But most of them won't know until I show them, and that's why I just try and keep it smooth. Did it all of my prior just to prove that I can make it all real without they rules. And for the haul, I don't plan on stopping soon. All I know is I came in from the door. Since a nigga touched down, all they want is more. Now I'm numb to the world, I ain't tryna feel. Just run it up till I hit a meal.
And they get to the slopes in the 5v5. Till I hit a meal. 5v5 or 5v4 advantage takes till I hit a meal. That is how you want to play the highest level of this map. 1v4. But we looking for a second.
Run it up till I hit a meal.
So sometimes the first half can show what happens in the second, but then of course you gotta take into account the side swap. Going from attack to defense is gonna be honestly a whole different game, especially if you're in this kind of matchup where you're a new team from CL of BME up against a seasoned veteran in DPLUS Kia. BME had honestly some good looks on Lair, rather, the previous map. It was looking hopeful. Here in Clubhouse, it has not been the exact same story. The one-round victory they got so far was phenomenal. It was a gym attack. Everything went according to plan. But every other round than that, there's always been something missing. A window not open, the door not pressured, the crossfire not established, the push not timed together. Now, they can go back to paper. They're in defense, and DPLUS up 5-1 will go into the attacking side. If you put a player in the master bedroom window briefly and toss a good grenade.
At this point, we're wondering how many rounds can you be my enemy get on the board before the game finishes. On map 1, they had a very similar scoreline, 5-1 after their defense half, and they ended up winning one round on the attack and then eventually losing 7-2. Yeah, I think this first round will be very determinant. We'll really get a better understanding of what to expect after this round because, of course, defensive club, you're going to have a bit more comfort. Most teams are going to be a little bit more happy on the defensive side, but I just can't help but feel the momentum and the mental game really factors into it. Like, how do you not go 7-2 and then 1-5 and have a little bit of mental boom when you're playing against players like the DPLUS guys who are running rings around you on this roam game like we saw in that first half? You know, Near's silly business from him. Like, how do you not get a little bit tilted after that?
I mean, I think the only way you don't get tilted is you go, guys, we're not supposed to win. You know, we're BME, they're DPLUS Kia, like, we're just happy to be here type of vibe. Of course, you're not gonna have that mentality usually when you're a pro player because, like, you're a pro player, come on.
Yep.
But you also have to be realistic and not set your expectations too high in the matchup that is practically impossible to overcome. And like we said, on Lair, they had a really good showing, and they should be very proud and happy with that. But here in Clubhouse, that has just been the map pick and the utter map domination of DPLUS. And it continues.
It does. Early pick there for the Dokkaebi of Nears. Wow, that was actually just a peek outside of Garage. He's also easily going to be able to hack any of the cameras here if he wishes to do so. But DPLUS Kia, less than a minute into the round, and look at how quickly they're pushing. Look at this from Levy. He's gone straight up deep. Thankfully, Boki Karamomo has got the read onto that aggressive play. But DPLUS are not looking to slow down anytime soon. Muzi's deep into the building with Falls to support. Falls actually has the diffuser at dummies. He wants to go for a plant. This nade will keep Be My Enemy at bay. And Muzi actually gets the kill with the gas pipe itself as it detonates and takes down Yoshiko. Quick drop shot. And Falls and Nears together have put in the numbers to push BME onto the back foot. It's a 6-1 scoreline after a domination in the opening attack from DPLUS Kia.
And you see how excellent they do that against Split Fear, right? They're applying pressure in so many different areas of the map. Bottom main, spreading through a Goyo Fire, deep in Moto. Sure, Levy dies, but people are saying, guys, they're rushing, they're pushing, they're doing something. They are down blue, they were in dirt, they dropped the kitchen hatch. They were attacking from 4 different angles in the first 40 seconds. Plus, they hacked the cameras with Dokkaebi in Garage, as he also won the individual gunfight against the Scopos of JV. So literally every single area of the map is either won by DPLUS or at very least under heavy pressure from DPLUS. And it just goes to show that, again, there's levels to Rainbow Six Siege and levels to a map like Clubhouse that look so simple on paper, but because it's a map that's been played for so long, you know, this map has been in the game since the very beginning, although it has been slightly reworked since then, of course, about 8 years ago. There are still layers to this map. There are still a lot of different ways to approach it and many small details that you can change around time and time again. DPLUS show us that they know that. They know where the gaps are.
That they do. One more round is all it takes now for DPLUS guys to put this to bed. Tell you what, Nears has had a phenomenal performance today on Clubhouse. Was it Levy on map number 1? And now it's Nears continuing that on map number 2. They're really just taking turns being the absolute GOAT, and this round really cemented that, didn't it? He got 2 kills and an injure before finally getting taken down by the Blitz. This roam game as well, unbelievable. This aggressive 2K, he found 2 kills from that position, by the way. Yeah. It's been just too good here for Nears. One thing I really love about DPLUS Kia is if you give me the roster, right, on paper, there's no one player that usually I'm like, yeah, he is their carry. You know, there's no Shaiko on this team. But any one of these players could have a 20-bomb game. And today it's been Nears on Clubhouse.
It is true. Like, if I think of the entirety of the last year, I don't think of like a singular standout. If anything, it's Falls because we had him for all the player interviews. So like, he's the guy that we heard of the most, we saw the most, spoke of the most probably. But it has been a matter of team performance and, you know, obviously individual players popping off, but different players practically every game, every round. And that's good. When you can rely on anybody, you get a much higher chance of consistency than just having one sole player being the star.
Yeah, it's nice to see as well that Nears is playing a variety of different types of roles on the defensive side, as we've just seen from a lot of these highlight clips. Some of the times he's playing a bit of a kind of play to die position like that mirror window. He's anchoring. Sometimes he's going for a very much free and far roam. Sometimes he's on guns like the SMG-11, and you're playing the solo, so you're told, yeah, I know that you've got this tiny little 17-bullet SMG, but go and roam and get as many kills as you can with it. And the depth of play styles that he possesses is certainly impressive. Not just the fact that he's getting kills, but he's doing it in so many different ways.
Every team can benefit from a player like Nears in terms of playstyle. Just having that go wild playstyle. A loose wild card. You can say, you know what, this round Nears, you have full freedom. We'll do what's called the 4+1 strat, and it's something that I don't want to say that Empire created it because it was pretty made way before that, but I think Empire kind of perfected it. Empire in 2018, 2019, when we talk the joystick era, they would have 4 people play a strategy on defense and attack that everyone knows what they're going to do. And then they had, that's called the 4. And then the +1 is going to be their 5th player, who was joystick. He was playing a Jackal on attack, Jaeger on defense. He would do whatever he wanted. It could be a rush down a staircase, a lurk, a backstep, a flank, whatever, you name it. And they make it work so well. Watching Nears here on Clubhouse is giving that same vibe. He's almost given no real resources to achieve his goal, but he's just doing it anyway and going as crazy as he wants. And the other 4 people playing very safe roles, normally by the bomb side, because if he dies, we can still play the round. If he gets kills, then it's a lot easier for us to play the round.
Well, we just have to get everyone back into the game. We'll be back in a moment, but DPLUS Kia still on the verge of closing this game.
He also won the individual gunfight against the Scopus of JV. So literally every single area of the map is either won by DPLUS or at very least under heavy pressure from DPLUS. And it goes to show again there's levels, and levels that are Clubhouse. Because this map has been played for so long, and this map has been a game from the very beginning, although it has been slightly reworked since it was like a years ago, there are still layers to this map. There are still a lot of holes to close. Immense small details you can change around time and time again. Because sure that they know that. They know the gap.
One more round is all it takes now for DPLUS guys to put this to bed. Tell you what, Nears has had a phenomenal performance today on Clubhouse. It was Levy on map number 1, and now it's Nears continuing that on map number 2. They're really just taking turns being the absolute GOAT, and this round really cemented that, didn't it? He got 2 kills and an injure before finally getting taken down by the Blitz. This roam game as well, unbelievable. This aggressive 2K, he found 2 kills from that position, by the way. It's been just too good here for Nears. One thing I really love about DPLUS Kia is if you give me the roster on paper, there's no one player that usually I'm like, yeah, he is their character. There's no Shaiko on this team. But any one of these players could have a 20-bomb game. And today it's been Nears on Clubhouse.
It is true. If I think of the entirety of the last year, I don't think of a single standout. If anything, it's all because we had involved in player interviews. So he's the guy that we heard of the most, called the most, spoke of the most probably. But it has been a matter of team performance and obviously individual players popping off, but different players practically every game, every round. That's good. When you can rely on anybody, you get a much higher chance of consistency than just having one sole player being the star.
It's nice to see as well that Nears is playing a variety of different types of roles on the defensive side, as we've just seen from a lot of these highlight clips. Some of the times he's playing a bit of a kind of play to die position like that mirror window. He's anchoring. Sometimes he's going for a very much free and far roam. Sometimes he's on guns like the SMG-11. Playing solo. So yeah, I know he's got this tiny little 17-bullet SMG, but go on roam and get as many kills as you can. The depth of play styles he possesses is certainly impressive. Not just the fact that he's getting kills, but he's doing it in so many different ways.
Every team can benefit from a player like Nears in terms of playstyle, having that go wild playstyle, and these wild playstyle, you know what, this round Nears, you have full freedom to do the 4+1 strat, and it's something that I don't want to say like Empire created, because it's pretty like way before that, but I think Empire kind of perfected it. Empire 2018, 2019, joystick era, they would have 4 be a rush down the staircase, a lurk, a backstep, a flank.
And so we're back into it. The score remains 6-1 in favor of DPLUS, and BME have a lot of work to do to come back on this defensive side.
But he's just doing it anyway and going as crazy as he wants. And the other 4 people are playing very safe roles by the bomb side, because if he dies, we can still play the round.
Since the side swap, we've only really seen on one round obviously play out, but DPLUS just kind of rushed the bomb side and kind of cleaned house very clearly. I'm curious to see if DPLUS can take a bit of a slower, more normal paced round, if BME can maybe adapt to it and not just get caught off guard. Because it felt to me a bit like they were just not ready for that push. Obviously, that's why DPLUS went for it, right? They said, okay, there's a gap here, guys, let's go for it. We have seen the Clash being brought out now 3 times, once on Lair, twice here in Clubhouse. And Clash, usually phenomenal operator, no issues there. But when DPLUS are playing this playstyle and attacks where they're attacking from so many different angles all at once, it does kind of diminish Clash a little bit. Because Clash can only watch one singular point of entry. Usually Clash is exceptional against teams that play, a lot from the same area of the map, because you're then distracting 2 or 3 separate attackers. I'm just gonna keep my eyes on that throughout this round, where Clash is gonna go where DPLUS are attacking from, and seeing if that's gonna have any big effect or not.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Is that a Kali I spy with my little eye on Muzi?
Any counter pick in jars, by the way, guys. A little Kali against the Clash.
I love that. I actually think Kali is so underrated as an operator. I think that if people just gave it a chance, then you'd see that Kali is often the answer to a lot of the problems. For example, mirrors. People hate dealing with mirrors.
Yeah.
Kali counters mirror, just like Ash. In fact, a little bit better, because Kali does not get stopped by electrification like Ash does. What's more, Castle, yeah, we got plenty of Lancers. We can clear a couple of Castle barricades. Clash, yeah, I can clear Clash. Ooh, try and say that 10 times fast. It doesn't even take any util. It can clear shields, it can clear as army keeper barriers. Like, there's just so much. And that's even without doing the traditional role, which is clearing wall denial. So yeah, I think Kali is such a good operator, really underrated. It's great to see teams embracing it.
I do know that there are the 2 Kali mains in the world. They have made the discussion about the change to armor and health, because all the defenders have more health on average. Oh, they're just rushing most of the teams. They're just just rushing on in.
Yeah, and look, I don't care what you were going to say, Nick. You don't have a chance. Maybe we'll get to talk about Kali later. For now, we really need to talk about how DPLUS have flooded into the site. Not Koromomo needs to stand up now. He's the only one left standing, and now he's on the ground. DPLUS put their boot to the throat and finally finish off BME. And Goliath is victorious again today. DPLUS Kia assert themselves as the better team. They march forward through the bracket without breaking a sweat.
The round lasted 25 seconds, man. We're watching a Kali on the strip roof. Next second, boom, in the bomb site. Boom, double kill. The 9 amazing. Incredibly fast half there on the attack.
Yeah, beautiful performance from DPLUS as a unit, but we can't forget about the individual showings. Niers was the star of the show on Clubhouse. Levy, the star of the show on Lair. If we look holistically across the best of 3, Nick, Levy got 20 kills to just 7 deaths. Niers, 19 kills to 10 deaths. Even Midi had a 3.0 KD at 15.5. It was unbelievable. Every single player went positive, and yeah, DPLUS really just took no prisoners. They ate and left no crumbs, as the kids say.
So perhaps just a bit of a slow start from DPLUS Kia. Perhaps Clubhouse just isn't BME's map of choice. A lot of questions, right? And that's why it's exciting that we're in the early stage of kickoff, because we don't know exactly how teams are playing, what maps are like, the current meta with Solid Snake being enabled, etc. So every bit of video we get to see, we learn a bit more about these teams.
Yeah, BME now go down to the lower bracket. Their elimination game will be against LFO, No Name, formerly Enderforce 36. On the flip side of that, DPLUS, let's talk about them for a moment, because this is their moment. They dropped only 3 rounds across the series. Their next game is against CAG, yeah, Kagosaka, the best team out of Japan taking on the best team out of APAC North. It's going to be a really tough game coming up. But before we get there, of course, let's have a chat with the brand new coach of DPLUS, Kia. Hell, welcome on in to your first interview here in the APAC region. And also, I suppose, welcome to the APL. How are you feeling after seeing your boys play so phenomenally in their first game?
Oh, I'm feeling great. Like, it was really good to win our first game, to start with the right foot.
Hell, I did want to just ask a few things about yourself as a career. Of course, you've had quite a long time in Siege. I looked back and you've been on so many different teams as a coach and even originally as a player, even as an analyst. You were representing Team Secret at the Montreal Major. You coached the old Saudi Arabian GK roster for a time. Most recently, you were coaching Lowe's. I looked way back in the history books. In 2019, you played Pro League for Elevate in Brazil with Midi on your team, and now you're coaching him. What's that trajectory been like, and why did you come to DPLUS here in the APAC region?
Like me, Midi, and Levi, we worked in 3 teams. We played together in Elevate, and I coached them in minors before in 2023. And it's good to have these guys back. Now I think we can reach more things, you know. I really think we can reach some tournaments, some good tournaments.
Awesome. Of course, the support staff, there's many different kinds of support staff. Some that do management stuff, some that do heavy on strategy, counter-stratting. What kind of, coach are you going to be for this roster? Is it going to be about heavy analysis, heavy strategy? What's the thing that you're really good at?
I'm really good to do some kind of strategies. So that's the thing I like. I like the game because I was player in the past. So I really like to see how they work and do some counter things and do things like this, you know. So that's the way I like to work.
So then a small follow-up here, actually, real quick, James, sorry. Solid Snake, really good, okay, or bad operator? What do you think?
Oh, I think it's really good, really broken.
Okay.
We not use it today, but yeah, we not use it today, but we are working on this.
Okay, so maybe against CHG, a stronger enemy, we get to see some Solid Snake, maybe?
Yeah, soon.
Okay.
Nice little tease from you there, Hell. I wanted to ask about the roster change that DPLUS made. Obviously, you came on as a coach after the 6 Invitational. Formerly, we had PJH, Korean coach, working with the team. But you did make a player change on DPLUS as well. Bullet obviously leaving the team, and Muzi coming kind of out of a semi-retirement. Obviously, once upon a time, this guy was the best player in Brazil. Once upon a time, he raised the hammer for Ninjas in Pajamas. He was pretty quiet today. It was Niers and Levy stealing the show. Can you tell me a little bit about Muzi and what he's brought to the roster?
I think Muzi brings for us like more aggressivity, and he brings more we can feel like a family now, you know, everyone together because we know each other since a long time, and he play really good. He play like his adaptive things, and I think I want to bring him his prime back, you know, so that's what I want to make for now.
Just before we close, I want to get your quick thoughts on the upcoming CAG game. You kind of teased something a little bit there, but yeah, I'd love to hear a little bit more. You think you're going to play well against the best team out of Japan?
Oh, I think we're going to smash them, to be honest.
Big words. I hope for your sake that you do. Thank you so much for joining us in the interview today, and good luck in your next game.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hel.
Thank you.
Wow, what a pleasure. It is always such a pleasure to talk to anyone from DPLUS, and it's great that we have another esteemed name out of Brazil joining us here in the APL. Really lovely guy as well, a bit reserved, a bit quiet, but just so respectful, even very confident against CAG in his upcoming game.
I smashed him. Yeah, I'm surprised that I haven't heard more of his name actually, because like you said in the interview, like we kind of went over his Wikipedia and the small break that we had. I was like, wow, this guy's been around all these teams that we've seen and casted and spoken of before, yet his name hasn't really come up in those rosters. But now he's getting that praise and experience come to light, and honestly, with a phenomenal showing today, perhaps there is just some real experience to this coaching staff and what he can support to his team.
Yeah, of course, that is our final upper bracket quarterfinal finish. Now we've got an upper bracket semi-final, Kinotrope versus Scars. Later on, Help Us LFO and B&K Fearex will fight for elimination or survival in the lower bracket. But a quick tease, Pengu, what do you think about Kinotrope versus Scars? This upper bracket game qualifies one of these teams through to the semis, and it is going to be a massive grudge match. It's going to be a huge chance for all of these former players that have been on each other's teams before to get a leg up over each other. Do you have a calling, anything calls to you between Kinotrope and Scars here? Who do you think's going to take it?
I mean, it's going to be the match of the day without a shadow of doubt, right? It's going to be the good old Regnina duo up against Kinotrope, who looks so high in potential in the very first play day. And I think this matchup kind of settles a very good question of what level are both these two teams at with the roster changes, because I think they looked very evenly matched going into today. Will one like really steal the show and leap ahead, or they have a very close matchup and we actually won't really know who's actually better until lower bracket runs?
Yeah, it will be a big Japanese derby coming right up in the upper bracket semi-finals to qualify our first upper bracket finalist, Kinotrope versus Scars, coming up after this.